What's happening, family? Dr. Joe here. Hope everyone's well and blessed. Happy Wednesday evening to each of you. Wherever you are in the country, the world, I greet you and welcome. Shout out to everyone. I hope everyone had an amazing Thanksgiving holiday. I hope you enjoyed it with your family members, with your friends. I hope you didn't eat too much. I hope you're feeling good. To all of you who've just recently graduated, welcome. To all of you who are friends, associates, relatives, and people have told you, hey, you got to come through this process. You got to do this. Welcome. If you're a newbie, let me know in the comment section that you're new. I'll shout you out. Let me know that you're new and where you live, and we'll shout you out. All right, as we get started. K. Roy, Hateville. Hateville what? There are a lot of Hatevilles. Which one? Macon, Maryland. Welcome. Tony's from Tejas, Texas. Gainesville, Florida. New Jersey, Baltimore, Charlotte, Georgia. Houston, Texas. Janine. Paulette's from Houston. What a great city. I'll be out there soon. Chapel Hill. Tracy, North Carolina. Calvin Pauling, Decatur. Where's greater? Paul is from Pittsburgh. Linda, Mobile, Alabama. Boyce, Snellville. Ashley's from Dallas, Cincinnati. I'm new. Tequesta is from Boynton Beach, Florida. I've never heard of Boynton Beach. Stephanie Miller is from Chicago. Look at all these newbies. Brenda's out of Macon. Latanya, Olive Branch, Mississippi. That's how you say Mississippi. I got roots in Mississippi. Daniel's from Norwich, Connecticut. J. Francois, Atlanta. So I want to welcome everyone tonight. I'm Dr. Joe. I'm the author and founder of 4 Days with Dr. Joe, 4-Day Turn Up in the Journey Process, and I welcome you tonight. Yes. And for those of you, let me tell you what you'll be hearing tonight. The title says, How to Reserve Your Spot in the 4-Day Term. That's what we're going to talk about. But we're going to back up in that thing. We're going to back that thing up. Couple things about me. What you see is what you get. I'm completely independent. This process is not underwritten by any company, corporation. Therefore, I do not have to abide by community guidelines. I will often say things that are politically incorrect, and I will fat shame people by calling them gut and butts. But if I call you a gut and butt, it is because I want to do my best so you become an ex-gut and butt, as I was once gut and butt, but no longer am. So if you have problems with people who speak what comes and bubbles up in their spirits, if you are offended by me using the word that I've coined gut and butt, it may not be a good idea for you to continue. Do y'all hear me? I'm here that you will be an ex-gut and butt. LaQuasia. I hope I say that correctly. She's new and she's from Ohio. Mo McCarter says that she's so excited. Mo, I'm glad that you are excited. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. I'm glad, Mo. Tony, my grandfather was from Rankin County, Mississippi. Yes, yes. And he moved to Memphis. So I've got roots in Mississippi. Oh, yes. So, a little bit about me. I'm Dr. Joe, like I've said. I am a pastor of an amazing church. Salem Bible Church is quite a large church in Atlanta. One is in Atlanta. The other's in Stonecrest, about 20 miles apart. I've been in ministry since I was 21. I'm 44 now. I've never done anything else. Graduate of Morehouse College. Got a couple more degrees after that. And I was like many of you all. I was an athlete in high school. I went to Morehouse College. I was injured before I went to Morehouse. When I went to Morehouse, I became a student. I had a scholarship to play football at Duke University. The injury that I got, I had surgery summer of 1996. It was unsuccessful. It was a herniated disc. So when I had an unsuccessful surgery, it put me in a position to where I was unable to actually be an athlete the first year. So I knew I didn't want to go to Duke University to be a student. And that's when I went to Morehouse. Didn't want to go to Morehouse. My dad said, well, just go up there and see if you like it. He was a graduate of Morehouse. So I went, fell in love with the energy of the AUC. I'd never seen anything like that before. It was just awesome. I love the history of it. And when I went to college, although I wasn't an athlete, I continued to eat like I was one. I didn't have freshman 15, but freshman 30. And I began to pack on the pounds year after year after year after year. Graduated from Morehouse 4 years later. I'm 22. Go on, start working on a Master's of Divinity. Keep on picking up weight. Graduate with my Master's of Divinity in 2003. Take 2 years off. Start my PhD in 2005. Go all the way to 2006. To 9, I graduated. 09. Started working on myself. I, like many of you all, tried everything. Every diet you can think of, I tried it. Atkins, Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig. I mean, back in those days, paleo wasn't really popping, and the ketogenic diet, although Atkins is similar to it, wasn't really as popular as it was now. All the hot diets, I tried them. I would lose weight for a week. Couldn't lose it. Then I got to the point to where I was pre-diabetic, high cholesterol, hypertensive. I'm in my 20s. I'm in my 20s. And I've got all of these ailments. And I'm like, what in the world am I doing? I've got to do something about this. So I began to study nutrition. Started to apply it on myself, started losing weight. And y'all know when you start losing weight around black people like, are you okay? Y'all know how we do. So I was dropping weight like I was on a pipe, no disrespect, but real talk. Like the stuff I was doing was working. I mean, I dropped 50 pounds. Wasn't even trying. It was just like, bam. I went from 330 to 270 in a matter of months. Like 10 weeks, I lost 50 pounds. I didn't even know what I was doing. So everyone at my congregation is like, when they found out that I wasn't dying, they were like, hey, can you help me? I'm like, help you do what? Lose weight. I'm like, well, I'm just doing this and this. And that's when I started, no lie. I sat down on a napkin and I wrote out these pillars of what transformation was all about. And I had the little diet part, the physical part, I had the emotional part, I had the spiritual part. I put it on a napkin. And I was in this men's group, and it was 16 guys. And when they heard me talking about, we were meeting. We had this men's ministry called 12. Listen to this. We were meeting before sunrise on a Sunday morning. We started with 12 people. Then the 12 guys invited one. Then went from 24. We got to the point where it was so many men in church before the sun got up that we had nowhere to put them. Okay. And it was a powerful men's ministry. And we were talking about visions and dreams and aspirations that God had given us. And when it was my time to talk, I started talking about the journey. So when these guys started hearing about it, they were like, well, can you take us through it? I said, sure. I had no clue that a man would want to go through it, because this was a program at that time. You'll never hear me use program. You hear me call it process. This is something I had written out. I didn't know a man would want to go through it. So it was 16 guys and 4 women. And one of the guys was a medical doctor. He pulled me to the side. He said, Pastor Joe. I said, yes, sir. He says, if you're going to take us through the process, shout out to Dr. Andre McShan. He said, we have to test this. I'm telling y'all my whole story. If you don't like it, log off. Okay. I said, what do you mean? He says, well, Pastor Joe, he says, you want to see if this particular process has efficacy, if it works. I said, well, how are we going to do that? So I hired a statistician from Morehouse School of Medicine, a legitimate medical school, their statistician. I brought him in. I sat him down. I said, I want to investigate to see if this process or program that I've written helps. Is it scientific? He says, how do you want to analyze it? I said, physically, mentally, and spiritually. The physical part was easy. Pre and post weight, pre and post blood sugar, pre and post blood pressure, pre and post weight circumference, pre and post cholesterol. That was easy. But for the mental and the emotional parts, we had to write a test in order to actually test to see if people were better mentally post-process versus pre. Were they better spiritually post-process over against pre? You get it. The doctor who came to me got a company that he worked for at the time, and they funded the entire study, paid for it. So in the 22 people that came through, 16 of them were Black men. The other were 6 women. In every category, the statistics showed that this particular process had efficacy, meaning it worked physically, spiritually, and emotionally. It made national news. It was in magazines. The process blew up. For 3 years, it was all in person. I was Zooming in this process before Zoom existed. Back in 2012, we had folk that had 3 people who were members of the going through the journey in New York. 2 of them were in Los Angeles. 1 of them was in Ohio. 4 of them was in Atlanta. 2 of them were in Miami. They were all in groups with their laptops open to where they could see the screen. This was before Zoom existed. We were Zooming before Zoom even Zoomed. We helping people to break generational curses. People who say I could never lose weight were dropping weight. Women who had PCOS, which is a natural connection to blood sugar and diabetes and pre-diabetes. That's all it is. Crappy diet. Who could not conceive were having children. Miracles were literally happening. We did that from 2012 to 2017. I was burnt out. I almost quit. I said, I can't do it anymore. 2017 came. Right as I started to quit, American Heart Association wanted to enter into a partnership, but they wanted something that was more focused on diet. So it started with the journey process. Then it moved into the 40-day turn-up, January of 2017. Partners with American Heart Association. We did that for 2 years. 2017, 2018, 2019. COVID comes. 2020, working at a church, Antioch North Baptist Church. Shout out to Pastor Alexander, his wife, Lady Lisa. Shout out to that church. Took their leaders through. COVID comes. In the middle of COVID, I said, it's over. Impossible. It's not going to work. We got to shut down shop. God says, no, don't do that. I didn't tell you to stop. I said, well, Lord, how am I supposed to teach these people? I was going to their church every Saturday to teach the master classes, which you all will be taught virtually, but I'm trying to give you the whole situation. I'm like, Lord, there's no way to do it. So I came home and Negro rigged something. I had a camera that was behind me that was imaging on my screen. It was in February, right when everything closed down, 2020. So all the folk who were going through were at their homes watching me teach the class with the camera on the screen so they could see the slides. And even though we had to go from going in person to virtual on a dime, it was one of the most successful classes we ever had. So that church gave us the actual format of how we could go virtual. After that class, we went all virtual. Bam, exploded. Now, what you got to understand about me is I designed this for my community, for Black people. And before you make judgment on that, listen to me. The reason why I made this for Black people is because as a Black pastor, I got tired of preaching funerals of people who were dying from preventable type of diseases, heart attacks, strokes, cancers. I got tired of it. I got tired of preaching people's funerals who were in their 40s and 50s, and nobody was doing it. Was no health champions for Black people. Nothing. We got movie stars, we got political heroes, we got civil rights activists, but nobody is advocating for the health of African Americans. And we are the most unhealthy demographic there is, starting with Black women. So instead of out here saying, well, you know, we got this association and that association, which doesn't give a damn about us, I said, well, I'm going to use this as a tool in my community to be an asset to my community, to be something that brings and lifts my people out of their conditions. Now, if you're watching this and you're not Black, I do not want you to feel like you are excluded or that I am not concerned with your health or well-being. I love you just like I love my own people, but it's important that everybody in this process understands that this is something that I wanted to do for Black folks, because all the folk who came to me, marketers after marketers, hey, you need to be more diverse. What does that mean? Huh? What does that mean, diverse? That's the problem. See, folk, when they see something that's all Black, they see, oh, you need to diversify. For what? Why? What's wrong with all Black? That's a slave mind. I said, no, I'm not going to sit up here and try to diversify something just to make it more socially acceptable. All Black is fine for me. And those who are not Black, who are apart, will tell you that they feel just as welcome as anybody else. But as a Black man, right, who's in the Black community, pastoring Black people, how in the world am I going to sit up here and see a problem with that which I come from? No. So for all the folk who are not Black, you're welcome. I love you. I'm going to treat you just like everybody else. I'm going to call you a gut and butt too. But it's important that you understand who I am before I even talk about what's next. I don't want nothing from none of you. I don't need anything from you. Let's get that straight. I don't want nothing from you. I don't need anything from you. What I want is for my time in your life to be something that helps to move you towards in a better situation and trajectory to the divine purpose that God has for each of you. That's what I want. It's not about profit, it's about purpose. Please understand that. I could have monetized this different ways a long time ago. But the word of God that I believe in says, dedicate thy plans, dedicate thy work to the Lord, and your plans will succeed. That's what it says. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and these things shall be added unto thee. People don't want to hear that, you know. So my objective is not to get something from you, but to bring value to you. So you can say, this Black preacher was a positive influence in my life and helped me to do something that I really needed. That is my objective in your life. Okay? The next thing you need to know about me is I have my own way of doing things. And I don't care nothing about who you are. I don't care nothing about celebrities. I don't care nothing about how much money you got. I don't care nothing about that. I'm not moved by that. I don't care. I'm going to be on your behind like white on rice. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because that's what you need. That's the problem with successful people, because you got too many enablers. You got too many people that's intimidated by your fame or by your money. Well, guess what? I don't care about none of it. Are you going to work when you come into this process? Are you going to put in the energy? And are you going to uphold the same standard of our village that those who come before you? The next thing, nobody who's coming through this process has ever been charged. You will not be charged. Nobody's going to ask you for your credit card. Nobody's going to ask you for a payment. Nobody's going to ask you for your insurance card. You know why? Because those who came before you sowed seeds that you may come through. People who didn't even know you are sowing into your life. That's the type of space that you're getting ready to come into. Show me how many people in your life care about you that much that they're going to give you something don't even know you. Show me that. I'll wait. So you, before we even get into how to secure a spot, understand the presence that you're in right now. And I'm not talking about my prayer. I'm talking about this thing called the village, people who've come through. Let me tell you the beauty about this process is folk have come through this old and young, killing it. I have seen more miracles in this process that I've ever seen anywhere else in my entire life. And I don't talk about it. Number one, that's not my thing. I'm not that type of person. I don't talk about myself. And plus, if I start talking about what I see, people would think I'm crazy. And folks think all kinds of things. Oh, he's leading a cult. I don't care what nobody think about me. I do not care. It does not matter. I am 44. I could care less. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? I'll wear the same outfit for a week. I'm at that age. I don't care. Call it whatever you want. But I tell you this, I spend every day of my life living in a way whereby my work, my gifts, my talents, and the platforms that God has placed me in can go towards making the load lighter for God's people. You understand that? Every day. Okay? You see, if I'm going to call myself a black leader, or if you're going to call yourself a leader, the question you should say whenever somebody says, well, that's a leader, the question that you got to ask yourself once people tell you that such and such is a leader, you got to ask yourself, what problem are they helping? That's where we confuse. Most people, when they talk about black leaders, they aren't solving problems, they talking about them. You understand that? What you are embarking upon is a community that has created something that is a solution to a systemic problem in our community. We lead in heart disease. We lead in stroke. Nobody cares about our health. Why should they? So I pray that however long God gives me, that I can use my time to maximize this thing that we have. And in the maximization of it, if that's a word or not, maximization, you know what I mean. You are a part of it. Why? Because when you're changed, you're going to infect everybody around you. All your little gut and butt friends. All your little gut and butt family members. And we're going to do it quietly. You ain't got to talk about it. Hey, look at, you ain't got to worry about it. So before I even talk about how to secure your space, I want you to know that you're dealing with the number one starter. You understand me? Then why is there a limit on how many people can do it? There is a limit in terms of how many people can do it because every single person who comes through this process is going to be in a group. Every group has a leader. And every leader has a very, very, very complex network of organization that's above him and her. This is what allows us to disseminate information, capture information, quantify and analyze information to assess the efficacy of the process. That's why there's a limit. Now, I will continue to tell you gut and butts how to secure your seat. Do you hear me? And like I said, if you get mad at me, tune off. Click off. Because you may be a gut and butt now, but soon you'll be an ex-gut and butt. Do I have a witness? Now, my objective in this presentation is to tell you what you need to do to secure your spot. Do y'all hear me? Let me know if I'm clear in the comment section. Dr. Joe, I hear you. All right, I've done that. Here we go. Now, this Saturday, this Monday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the link to pre-register and register for this particular process, those words are used interchangeably, will become available to you. And that information will be on the website that you see on the screen. So on Monday, you're going to wake up. You don't have to panic. You don't have to be there at 7:58 waiting. It just means that everything is going to be live at that time. www.journeylife.tv. And it'll be on the front page. You look at 40-day turn up, register. It'll have all the information. All you're going to do is register. Now, I want you to listen to me. The beauty of you all who are watching me, you have such a great opportunity to really increase your chances of being a part, because most folk who screw up are not going to listen to this. You're going to register. Now, I want you to listen to me. Registration will be Monday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't sit up here wondering what's happening at 7 or at 6. Okay? Now, when you register, it's going to ask you for a bit of information. It'll take seconds to do it. What you have to understand is that entry on that registration does not guarantee your seat. What it does is it secures you as being a part of the first crop for when we have follow-up things, which I'll get to. You'll be able to get it first. Does that make sense? JourneyLife.tv, www.journeylife.tv. Okay? As a matter of fact, when we get off tonight, go to the website so you can familiarize yourself with it. Okay? All right. The second thing that you need to know, one registration per person. You cannot register Pookie, Uncle Buddy, Junebug, and the baby. You cannot do it. Do y'all hear me? Your cousin, Ray Ray, Pookie, you cannot register all of them. Well, Dr. Joe, I need Pookie to be in it. Call Pookie. Tell Pookie and Ray Ray and Nene. Tell them to go to JourneyLife.tv. Do you hear me? We made this mistake because last class, folk were registering their entire families. It's one registration per person. Do y'all understand that? One. Now, the registration is going to be connected to the email address that you put in. Do y'all hear me? I want you to listen to me because I'm telling you how to secure your spot. You cannot be the girl at the club who, when the short man who is toothless comes up to you and tries to get your number, you give him the fake number. You can't do that with this. Use that good email address. Do y'all hear me? Use that good email address. Use the email address that you have the most accessibility to. Why, Dr. Joe? Because whatever email address that you put in, all of the follow-up communication, which I'll get to, is going to go to guess what email address? That email address. You hear me, gut and butts? When you're typing in your email, think about it. You got the burner account, bigbootyjudy@aol.com. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Y'all know we all got them fake accounts. You know you got one. You know you got one. Your stripper name, don't use that one. Use the good one. All right. Now, you know, if bigbootyjudy@aol.com is your email address, that's your good one, then go ahead and use it. Ain't nobody gonna judge you. What I'm saying is, be certain that you use the email address that is most that you can get to the information quickly. Hopefully the one that maybe comes to your phone or the one that you check most often. I think you understand. Okay? Next. On Monday, when the session, I want you to listen to me. When it opens, I'm going to give you all an opportunity to ask me questions. We have a certain amount of people that can be in this process. That counter starts Monday morning when y'all start registering. So if Bianca registers and Natalie registers and CV registers and Kenyatta registers and Mo McCarter registers, that'll be 1 less seat, 2 less seats, 3 less seats. You get it? When we hit a certain number, it cuts off. No more registrations. We're going to open up Monday and we're going to take it until all of those seats are gone. When those seats are all gone, no one else can pre-register. Why? Because we're going to take those of you who pre-registered and give you all the first dibs at the seats. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because you listened. Now, once you type in that information on Monday, there's nothing else to do. Because we're going to start communicating with you. Now, let me tell you what needs to happen. Pay attention to me right now. Hey, Roberta, that's my mama's name. Roberta from Decatur, Georgia. Now, when you register bigbootyjudy@aol.com, Big Daddy Kane at Yahoo, whatever it is, the system may ask you to confirm your registration, which means you're going to have to go back to the email and it has to be certain that you're not a robot. So what a lot of people do is they register, they click enter, and they just, I registered. You ain't clicked nothing. Read. Did it say confirm your registration? Because if you have to confirm your registration, it means you have to go back to Big Booty Judy, Big Daddy Kane, and you got to go to that email and you have to look in that inbox and click something else to confirm that you are who you say that you are. To be certain that the email, because sometimes a lot of people may misspell big booty. They may put 3 O's instead of 2. Oh, Lord, that's so funny. So at that time, if it doesn't come up, it'll register and something won't go through because it's off. So you have to confirm your registration. Well, Dr. Joe, what if I fill it out and I go to my inbox and the confirmed registration is not in there? You got to check your spam folder, check your junk folder, check your some emails are called announcement. You got to check all those folders, because the only way to confirm it is for you to go back in there and to be certain that you're all gravy, and then the system will say you're confirmed or you have what you need or whatever it is. Okay? Do y'all understand that? Now, once you pre-register starting Monday at 8 a.m. and you confirm that email, you're good. Go to all the parties you want to go to, drink all the eggnog, live it up, gut and butt. You better take your trip, do all that stuff, because you ain't got nothing to worry about for the rest of the month. I'll be communicating you through with my team through videos. Okay? Saying, hey, 4 more days, 5 more days. Now, after you pre-register starting Monday, you confirm everything, you're good to go. The next big date is going to be on January the 8th. January the 8th is a Saturday. That's when your pre-orientation is. Pay attention. The pre-orientation is what you have to be a part of at that time. You'll hear about the dates and time as that time. I'm doing high level. I know it's on January the 8th, but the specifics in terms of the time, you'll see about that. All of that will be sent to you through the email that is confirmed when you pre-register starting Monday. You get it? Pre-orientation is the time when I take the entire process and I give you a snapshot of it to ensure this is the smoke that you say you want. I talk about how it's organized. I talk about the groups that you'll be in. I talk about time requirements. I talk about graduation requirements. I talk about all the stuff that is expected of you. I don't get into eat this, don't eat that, go here. I don't get into that. It's macro, high level. Why do I do that? The reason why I'm doing that is because I want to be sure that you are positive. I want to be sure that you are sure that this is what you say you want. So when you watch that pre-orientation, at the end of that pre-orientation, it's going to give you a question. It's going to be clear as day. Do you want to proceed? If after that pre-orientation, you like what you hear, you say, I want this, I want in there, you'll have the opportunity to move forward. When you move forward, that's when the cycle starts. Because it may ask you to confirm everything. Once again, you'll be accustomed to it. Very, very simple. And then it's going to send you a video. You're going to have to watch that entire video. Once you finish that video, it's going to send you another video, second video. Once you finish that second video, it's going to send you a third video. Now, remember this. A lot of folk are trying to rush. Oh, I want to get to the second video. The system don't work like that. You will not get the follow-up videos after you see the pre-orientation till you watch the whole thing. But peep game, because I'm not trying to be in here all day. I've got things situated to where the pre-orientation, all of the follow-up videos are less than 45 minutes. The pre-orientation is 20 minutes. You know why? Because I filmed it in the studio today. Video 1 is like 5 minutes and 42 seconds. Video 2 is like 3 minutes. Video 3 is like 3 minutes. It's simple. You're not going to be there all day. You're going to be in and out quicker than mass. We efficient up in this piece. So you're going to watch pre-orientation. When you watch pre-orientation on the 8th of January, you're going to say, hey, I want in. You're going to click next. It's going to give you all of these prompts. We've paid for a company that's done a great job that's going to help us with the registration process. It's very seamless. And it's less videos this time than it was before. The folk who came before you, they had to watch like 8 videos. We cut them down to make it a little easier, a little more palatable. Once you see those 3 videos, you watch one video, and see, when you watch the whole video, the system knows they've watched it, and then it'll email you the next one. It'll email you the next one. That's how it works. A lot of y'all, when you watch it for 1 minute and 50 seconds, I can't see the next video, Gun Butter, because you haven't watched the whole one. You hear me? Jeez. So once you finish that 3rd video, it's like a bit of information, demographic stuff, waivers, and all that stuff. And then once you get to the end of the process, the system will tell you, success, we've got all your information. We will be back in touch with you. From the time you complete all of those modules, it'll take us about 10 to 14 days to get you in a group. So by the 20th of January, you'll all be in your groups. That time does not start when you watch pre-orientation, but it starts when you finish the entire process. So what I recommend you doing, if you want to be a part, is to be certain that on January the 8th, you can give a good hour, which we all can do, to do this. Now, Dr. Joe, why do you do that? Because you got to remember, this is free. You got folks, I want to be a part of the time. I want to lose me some weight. Girl, I want to lose me some weight for my cruise. And if you give folk a one-stop shop, they'll email you and you'll never see them again. Here we got 800 billion registrants and 4 people show up. No, I got to be certain that folk who are in this process can follow instructions. I got to be certain that folks in this process can plan. And I got to be certain that folks in this process can read and understand information. That's real talk. And don't talk about, well, you know, I'm a little older. My older folk do better than everybody else. So I don't want to hear nothing about age. Do y'all hear me? See, by the time you get in your group, I know you're competent, you follow instructions, you listen, and you want to be here. That's who I want to work with. I ain't got time for I don't have time for my time to be wasted. I got little kids and a pretty wife. I'm busy. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? I ain't got time to be wasting time with y'all now. You hear me? Nah. I'm about to close. Couple more things. Do not call us because it ain't nowhere to call. Don't email me. Don't inbox me. I do not have the funds to have folk up in a call center to take your phone calls. And see, people get mad at me. You can't call Google. You can't call nobody up in YouTube. And they're getting plenty of money. So I have to, and we have to use technology wisely. Which is why I create videos like this, tell them to all the amazing people who told you about this process. I got 311 people watching this live right now. So you can get the information and be equipped to where you know what Monday looks like, after I confirm my registration, I'm good to go. I'll start getting correspondence when they send them out. I'll know when the dates and times for January the 8th. I'll know what to do. I know that I'll get first. Now, let me tell y'all something. If you Listen now. If on the 8th, yes, Tony, this is being recorded. If on the 8th, when you do pre-orientation, let's hypothetically say you come through pre-orientation and you listen to pre-orientation, you listen to all the videos, you do everything. We put you in a group and you get in the group and you say, you know what? I want out. Fine, walk away. But remember, when a person is placed in a group and you leave, we put you on an AWOL list. So in the future, when you try to register again, you are blocked. This process is like you. If a person's watching me, you're single, and you meet a guy or you meet a girl, they got one shot. Right? They got one shot to do right by you. Am I right? And if they mess that up, hopefully you are in your right mind not to give somebody another shot. Same way with this. You got one shot. And the reason why is because it's too many folk out here who will do what it takes. It's too many people out here who need this. So it's not that I'm mean. It's not that I, don't take no stuff, which I don't take no stuff. But it's one of those things I have to be certain to help as many people as I can with a limited amount of space. And you have to respect that. Okay? Gang, listen, it's very, very simple and it's very straightforward. If you listen to what I'm telling you to do, like really, when you do the pre-registration, most folk mess up because they forget the email that they used to register. Write it down. So they check in fasttailfanny.aol.com instead of Big Booty Judy. So they forgot. That's the mistake. When you register on Monday, say to yourself, Dr. Joe says, what's the best email? What's the most accessible email? Okay, I'm gonna use this email. I got that. I'm confirmed everything. It sends me success. I'm good to go. Folk who do that, you're not gonna have a problem. Because guess what? All of the future communications are coming to that email. That's when people were messing up because they were registering with one email address, but they were looking for it in another one. And then they getting on our nerves. Well, I can't find nothing. Well, what you expect us to do? You feel me? What do you expect? This is the hardest part of the process. When I get y'all gut and butts in them rooms, your life is going to be changed because I'm going to be on you like white on rice. If you're that type of person that's like, oh, I don't like nobody tell, fall back. Fall back. I'm spending 4 weeks with you getting your mind right. What we call pre-work. Helping you to believe in yourself, helping you see that this is something that you can do. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? It's folk who are 30, 40, 50 pounds down who were just where you were 3 months ago. I'm telling you. The last thing that I'm going to let you ask me questions. Let me know in the comment section, was this session helpful to y'all? Let me know. All right, good. I'm glad it was. Real simple. You nail the pre-registration on Monday. Be certain you got that email. Make note of it. You good to go. You get that confirmed. Have a good Christmas. I'll see you. Shoot. I'm getting all my little trips. You feel what I'm saying? All my trips ain't got no, you know what I'm saying? Shoot.
Yeah, no, I got to look for something. Hold on, something. Hold on. What am I looking for? Now.
The next thing I recommend you doing, 3 things. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. That way, the next time I do something like this, because I do videos like this, it'll come directly to you. You don't have to worry about somebody telling you. Subscribe to our IG page. It is, what is it? Go to IG, look us up, Journey Life TV on IG. Look us up, Journey Life TV on Facebook. Follow all of those channels because I'll give updates on them. That way you can be connected. So you connected on YouTube to see the videos. You connected on the social platforms to get the updates as well. Okay? Now, if any of you have a question, I'm going to let you ask me. I'm going to let you call in. Turn off when you call in, turn down your phone, your computer to where it's no echoes, just like it is when you go to the, in the radio. Try to ask me a question that is germane to the process, something that you want to know. Make it real quick and get to the point. I'm going to put the number up. Dr. Joe is on the main line. Tell him what you want. The line ain't never busy. Tell him what you want. Just call him up.
Call from LaQuasia. To accept, press 1.
This is Dr. Joe. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, Dr. Joe. My name is LaQuasia, and yes, you did pronounce my name right earlier.
Awesome.
I'm actually calling because I had actually registered back in September, but it said I wouldn't be able to join the class until fall of 2022. I'm wondering if I need to register again.
All right. Yes, that's a good question, LaQuasia. What you want to do is when it opens up on Monday, go through and type in that information. I'm glad you asked that question because that's kind of like the waiting list that we had up. So when Monday comes around, go through that registration process along. Now, you didn't come through to where you were placed in a group and left or anything like that, correct?
No, nothing like that.
Got
it. Just told me I was waiting for fall 2022.
All right, yes. So when Monday comes, just go through the processes and the steps that we talked about, and you'll be good to go.
Okay, and it wouldn't be a problem using my same email that I used previously?
Correct, because that's the only time it'll flag you is if you registered for earlier session, went through all the modules, got in a group, and left. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, yes.
And listening to you, that's not what you did, correct?
No, I haven't been in a group. This is my first time.
Yes, ma'am. Well, you just use that same email. You'll be just fine.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Thank
so
you for
much.
calling in.
Looking forward to working with you guys.
Where you calling? Where you live?
I'm in Ohio.
Ohio. Okay, excellent. Well, we look forward to it.
Okay, thank you so much. Enjoy your evening.
You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Great question. Excellent question. Dr. Joe is on the main line. Tell him what you want. Yeah, you can type a question, Nene. Call him up and tell him. All right, what if you don't get an email confirmation? Well, you should get an email confirmation. If you type in things correctly, you should be good to go. Okay.
Call from
Marsha.
To accept, press 1.
This is Dr. Joe. Who am I speaking with?
Marsha.
How are you, Marcia?
I'm fine, thank you.
What's your question?
I saw this from a friend, and on Facebook it showed a registration, but when I clicked on that, it said I'm no longer available.
Yes. So when did you see this?
Today.
All right. That's because the registration is not open yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It's going to open up on Monday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you look at that link before then, that's probably why you're seeing that.
Oh, okay.
It'll go live this Monday. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome.
Okay.
All right. Nini says, how long is the whole process? It starts in January and ends. Well, registration, pre-orientation is on the 8th. We get you placed in your groups near the end of January. Pre-work starts in February. The process actually starts March the 6th or whatever, the first Monday in March, and y'all will be finished mid-April. So top of February is when pre-work starts. Graduation will be middle of April, like right before Easter. Hello, I will have to register for my wife because she would not be available at 8 o'clock on Monday. Okay, listen, gang, listen. You don't have to be available at 8 o'clock on Monday. If your wife isn't available at 8 o'clock on Monday, when she gets in, then she can register. It's not like you have to be sitting at the site. It just means the link goes live at 8 a.m. on Monday. Okay? Is this like a mental journey as well? It's everything. Every part of you will be stretched. Every part of you will be challenged. Are the groups regional? Yes. We try to keep people in the same places, specifically West Coast, East Coast, as well as our international groups. We got a lot of people from different countries, Japan, Africa, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, Saudi Arabia. So yes, that's why when we ask you the demographical information near the end of those modules that come to you, it helps us to know where you are so we can get you placed. Okay? All right. All right, gang. Well, it looks like y'all have asked me all the questions. After graduating, is there maintenance? Yes, all of that is a part of it. Do the groups get together in person? Well, it depends. Some of them do. A lot of them do. A lot of groups, I've seen them do a lot of work together who live in the same areas, but some people may be in different states. You know, you may have one person maybe in Los Angeles, you may have another person in Seattle. So, of course, they wouldn't, but sometimes they do. Yes. Just hearing this today on Wednesday, the 1st of December, 2021, can I still pre-reset? Just hearing this on Wednesday, the 1st of December, 2021. Can I still pre-reset? I don't know what that means. How many openings? We're going to take probably about 1,500 people through the 4-day turn up and another 500 people through the journey. So it'll be a total of about 2,000 people, participants, not including leadership. Okay. Your Facebook page asked me for a password from an email. No, that's not me. You shouldn't have to, you should just have to follow that. So please don't do that. That sounds kind of fishy. All right. Do you need to repeat the entire process, continue the weight loss journey? No. All right, gang. All right, gang. Well, it looks like we've covered everything. It's very straightforward. Like I've told you, you can listen to this. To those of you who have other family members, friends who are going through this. Now, last thing, and I'm done. It's very, very important that you all understand what a lot of folk try to do. They always trying to run game. People are always trying to run game. All right. And what I mean by that is this. Folks will register themselves and then send the videos to their family. So their family members are watching the videos, but then they don't get in a group. And the reason why is because they're not registered. It's connected to that registration link. So you think you're trying to hook them up, and then they saying, well, I didn't get nothing because you didn't do nothing. That's why you didn't get nothing. You didn't get nothing because you didn't do nothing. Bottom line. All right, gang. Is there spiritual? Listen, gang. Just if you want something that's gonna help you, sign up. I'm not gonna sit here and answer all these questions. I'm not gonna do that. Y'all have got enough information. It's probably one of the best things that you can do. Just ask somebody who's gone through. They'll tell you. All you need to do is show up and be ready for whatever's going to be thrown at you. How about that? And we're going to take care of the rest. All right. I have a relative that does not need to lose weight. She's 130 pounds. She wants to eat healthy. Can she join the 4-day turn up? If you don't want to lose weight, this is not the process for you. It's not. So at this time, I'm working on other processes that may be in more alignment with someone like that. But no, because if she's 130 pounds and she starts to change her diet, she's going to lose weight. It's just going to happen. 2,000 people. What if I register late? I will not get in. Well, when those 2,000 seats are taken, then registration will be removed. Does that mean you won't get in? What it means is we're going to go through those people who registered first. And if there are 100 seats left after that, then we'll make them available again and y'all will gobble them up. That's how it works. How people are in a group. All right, gang. Well, y'all have a great day. See you on the next one. God bless you. Look forward to working with you all. Follow instructions and you'll have no problem. Till next time, be well, be blessed, and I'll see you.